Now, high force has been ultimately shaped by the meltwaters from the previous glaciation. Now, if you link this to your glaciation topic, the northern half of the UK was covered in an ice sheet that extended down to around the Bristol Channel. So as discussed previously, the waterfalls form when you have a layer of hard rock overlying the soft rock. In this case, the wind sill, if you can see that, it's on top, it's got the white mosses growing on it, the lichens, is overlying the horizontally bedded limestone underneath. So you've got limestone, which is soft, and you've got dolerite, which is hard on top. So they form when the limestone, which is softer, is eroded at a faster rate. And it's eroded via the processes of abrasion and hydraulic action. So in the bottom of that plunge pool right now, there will be hydraulic action acting on the softer rock, and there'll also be abrasion acting on it too. And what happens is when you've got hard rock and soft rock, as the water flows over it, the soft rock will be eroded at a faster rate. Now this creates a step in the profile of the river. It's a little step, and then over time the softer rock will be eroded via abrasion and hydraulic action at a faster rate, and this over time will create a steep drop known as a waterfall. Now eventually the soft rock erodes away and it starts to undercut the hard rock, which leaves an overhang. Now over time the softer rock will erode further by abrasion and hydraulic action, and the unsupported overhang will eventually collapse, and it collapses into this large area in front of the waterfall, which is deep, curvature shaped. It's known as a plunge pool, and over time this will get bigger and bigger and deeper. Now just in the foreground, can you see those huge boulders where that sign is? They are huge blocks of the wind sill, very hard rock, and if the river wasn't in flood today, you'd be able to see some larger blocks of the wind sill in the plunge pool as well, but we can't see it today because the river's in high flow. So what happens is, when the overhang collapses, it's then swirled around at the foot of the waterfall, and because it's swirled around, it erodes the softer rock, the limestone, via the process of abrasion, and over time this area in front of the waterfall is going to get wider and deeper, which creates the plunge pool. And basically what happens next is you have repeated cycles of undercutting and collapse, undercutting and collapse, and the waterfall will eventually retreat upstream, and it leaves behind this gorge. Now if you look to the left of the waterfall, you can see the sides of the gorge there. It's about 30 to 40 meters high, and the one at high force is actually 700 meters long. So it's a pretty impressive long gorge, steep-sided. I'd love to talk a bit further, but I'm in a queue for the COVID restrictions, and I'm currently being eaten by midges. So if your teachers have got anything to add on this, please feel free. I'm going to now walk up onto the top where you can see that person between the two trees. Enjoy.